The Helper Project is a 10-minute short film with Linda Robson and Jean Boat starring in it.
The Helper's a short film that we're making in high definition about a poltergeist which actually plagues a cleaning lady inside a small church.
Well, initially the idea was to do something that was going to demonstrate high definition television.
Basically, I was trying to achieve a look on high definition that was in keeping with what one would normally expect to get off film. That was my remit, and that's what I was trying to achieve.
It's just an opportunity to try and do something at the forefront, using something at the forefront of technology, basically. You know, uncompressed HD. I mean, it's right up there.
My name is Linda Robson. I am a thespian, and I am playing. It was supposed to be Linda, but we've changed it to Janet because I didn't want to think it was really me.
She comes out of it, poor woman, terrified to death, and is battered to pieces almost by my husband, dead Tom, the ghost.
A2, take 2. Okay, so immediately we do one without...
Oh, see what my acting does to people? It sends them asleep. Right.
It's a short HD, which we're particularly interested in because we wanted to have an opportunity to actually try out the uncompressed real-time capture.
Surprisingly, most of the problems revolved around time, as you would expect in any production, but unfortunately we actually lost a generator, which meant that on the first day of shooting we actually lost 3 hours of production time, and obviously on a 2-day shoot this was a huge problem.
It grew out of an idea for material for an open day, which we ran here with Avid's help, which was to demonstrate exactly what HD was.
Little pert bottom coming through. I'm not very good at screaming, so it might sound a bit like... No, I don't do a high pitch, I'll do a... Ah!
That's a scream. That's a
I know, yeah.
We want to have lots of film effects and special effects in it, and to do that we're going to be using a DS which is actually going to be on location and actually recording uncompressed into that DS, which means that we can actually do composites and colour corrections on location as we're actually working, which should be fantastic.
In doing The Helper in HD, it's actually broadened our experience hugely. I mean, our learning curve has been pretty steep. I think one of the things we noticed immediately was the fact that focusing had to be so much sharper. You know, it was really going into the same sort of disciplines that you have in film.
I know there was something like 250 grand's worth of equipment we've had here. In fact, they've had 2 young boys sleeping in the church with bats and that every night, protecting all this new high-definition equipment.
Lovely story, and my husband's kept all the cleaners out of the chapel so that I don't have any help, so I had to do it all myself. And then my friend, marvellously played, well, she's not a friend really, she's an acquaintance in the village, insists on coming to help me. Well, I don't. There's enough nonsense talked about this place, and I do not intend to add to it. Yeah, but... No but, Janet. Nothing happened. If I had a penny for every time I've mentally uprooted this place, I could rewind the whole village. You're all right, aren't you? You know, for just a minute.
Jean's character is quite strong and quite frightening and intimidating sometimes, so it's quite easy to feel intimidated by her, and mousy when she's around. And it's also really scary. Ethel, where are you? You there? It was you before in the vestry, wasn't it? It was you that did the flowers. You're just trying to scare me like you scared Betty Howard. Ethel, you there? Ethel, where are you? It's not funny. Mabel Williamson always said you wanted the whole church to yourself. Well, you can't have it, even if you are the only one that can play the organ. Ethel, you there? Oh. Ethel? I don't know how you're doing that, but it's not funny. Ethel!
Well, one of the problems with anything like this is that you have to make the Hoover believable. So you can't just model a basic Hoover and think it'll work. You have to make the object look as natural as possible. So obviously all the little bits and pieces on the Hoover have to be modelled. Otherwise, it doesn't look like the real thing. It looks like CG. Working with HD is fantastic because the quality of the images are very good and they're very, very stable. Plus what I really like about it is the fact that it's not working with any strange aspect ratios. It's square, you get what you get, and it looks fantastic.
High definition, avid. Avid.
That's right, Brian. On the production team, I am number 1 on the list, as opposed to Ben Dare, who's a disappointing number 9.